Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to discuss the special sense organ, the ear. Before going into the details of the pinna or external ear, we are supposed to sum up the parts of the ear which we already have learned. Now see, this is the external ear, consists of the auricle or pinna. Then you enter into a cavity called as external auditory meatus, and the third thing here you see is the tympanic membrane on its medial side. These three are the parts of external ear. After this tympanic membrane that separates the external ear from the middle ear, another bony shell in the temporal bone that is just like a matchbox. It has got 6 surfaces. Here we will just mention that what it carries inside. It has 3 ear ossicles, the malleus, the incus and the stapes. They are nothing but the compact bone meant to receive the vibrations, the sound here, so that they can transmit it to the next inner ear cavity. Here you can see in its interior communication, this is a tube called as auditory tube or nasopharyngeal tube, and you can easily understand that the infection of the ear can lead to the infection of the throat or nose, and the infection of your nasal cavity, pharynx you can say, can involve your ear as well. Now enter into another irregular bony part. You can see bony cavity in the petrous part of the temporal bone that consists of the two things you would say, the bony labyrinth or bony shell, and inside it is the membranous labyrinth or membranous part. So they both carry the perilymph fluid in it and the endolymph in it respectively. The perilymph resembles with that of extracellular fluid, high in sodium amount, and in its inner side the endolymph consists of low sodium content and resembles that of intracellular fluid. This is cochlea. You can see spirally arranged around its modulus, which is of spongy bone. You can see the vestibule here. You open it up and you can see the utricle and saccule inside and the semicircular canals. Then finally you can see the connection of the vestibulocochlear nerve, that whenever the sound gets entry into it, it hits on the eardrum or the tympanic membrane. That would lead to the vibration in these, and they will touch this through this oval window, round window, and here. Now finally it has to, all this apparatus has to deal with your hearing and the equilibrium, and all these information are supposed to pass through afferent vestibulocochlear nerve and finally reaches towards your brain. Now we have come towards the auricle or pinna. We have to see the histological feature of it. As you can see, you can hold it and you can feel it as a elastic in nature. So when we cut it down, we see the elastic cartilage inside. And another important thing you come across is the skin, thin skin all around, interiorly, superiorly, posteriorly, that also moves inside, and the thin, this epithelium or part of skin is tightly adherent to the underlying tissue. Its lateral 1/3 is cartilaginous in part. It is that of external auditory meatus, and the longer part is 2/3 is the bony part.